Hey, greetings. Welcome to part 3 of episode 13, showcasing Dread Skulltula, my level 50, Mastermind, Demon Summoning, Cold Domination, and Leviathan Mastery. I'm on a team of 8, looks like. 7 make that. I'm not leading the team, just joined up some random pug folks, just to kind of showcase what this build is able to do on larger groups. So you've got your ice shields along with Arctic fog and maneuvers, providing a lot of defense and damage resistance to your allies as well as your pets. Got a bunch of debuff with Infrigidate and Benumb, Sleet, plus your whip attacks do some minus resistance. And mainly I'm going to kind of provide like a close support just outside of melee for the most part. Dropping Reigns, staying in bodyguard, letting my attacks draw aggro, or I can drop Sleet and draw aggro. The other thing I found that draws aggro pretty well is your little Hell on Earth demon leans there, because they are not under your direct control, so they like to just charge in, and when they get attacked by enemies, your other pets attempt to defend them. So they can be a little bit aggressive, but if you know what they're capable of, it's easier to sort of plan how to use them. Alright, so what do we got here? We got some Knives of Artemis. Usually a bad mix for Masterminds just because the caltrops scatter your pets all over the place. But the demon lanes seem to be holding their own. The one good thing that a lot of people don't talk about is Arctic Fog, your aura, provides slow resistance. So those caltrops are not as bad as they normally are. Normally caltrops are doing DOT plus a whole ton of slow. But Arctic Fog has, let's see what the resistance value is on this thing. So you've got a number here. Resistance to damage, 60% resistance. So 60% resistance to movement speed debuffs. So that's a nice little number. So make sure all my allies are buffed. Got a couple of controllers, a couple of brutes, a tank, corruptor, and I'm playing the Mastermind here. Somebody's kinetics. I don't know if they're speed boosting. I don't see a speed boost on me. But I've already got about 70% recharge. My defense numbers are pretty solid. I'm in the 50s, 40s, 50s. Just follow the melee dudes. This guy's down there. Let's see if I can go help him out. Let's get in here and do some damage. Like that. I just saved a life. I am slowed now. I'm stunned. That's my problem. There's my problem. Do this. I need to get my damn pets out. A bunch of them got murdered. Oh, demon leans. Demons. Pull out my other pets as well. Lore pets. Just drop everything. Shield up. Get all the buffs out. That's one thing I hate about the Masterminds is, when you gotta resummon, you gotta re-buff your pets plus re-empower them. So if you're playing a shielding, buffing build like this, that might be 4 or 5 clicks that you have to do to get your pets back to where they were. So that's why with Masterminds, I don't see my pets as expendable. Like, some people are, oh, just send in the pets. My pets are my damage. My pets are my defenses. and it just takes a while to and energy to get them all back up. So I'd rather just stay in BG mode and let them serve as a damage sink for me, and I can help maintain them. My proactive skittle use, the shields, of course, but I don't have a direct heal. See if there's guys. Yeah, they're up here too, guys. They're up here too. I drop this right here. Throw this in there. I find this build is actually doing some decent damage. Drop the nukes. Playing a little bit more aggressive than I want to. Need one of my pets. The hell on earth on it. But so far so good. We also have a strong team. I think we got what, 1 incarnate. I'm incarnate, it's 2, there's 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 7 people. 5 out of 7 people are incarnate, so really this is going to be a cakewalk. But I think another testament of the build strength is nobody has died that I've seen yet. So I am doing my part to keep them standing. Alright, we got an escort. I hate escorts. I'm going to shut off my crap. Drop the bomb. Say goodbye to Silent Blade. One thing on a team like this, you don't even really need to worry about your single target buffs. I've been using Snowstorm and Sleet mostly from my secondary, aside from the shields. Heat loss when it's up. Alright, who has the hostage? She's over there. I want to stay back so I don't get them in my cloud. I like that buff, guardianship, plus endurance regen, recharge. That's like adrenaline boost, I think. Take a peek this way. Still good. So I mentioned this in the build video that you get some buffs from your pets. You get Ember Shield, which is resist lethal smash, fire, cold, toxic. And you also get Ember Shield Owner. I'm not sure what the difference is between that. Obviously the numbers are different. But that's, boosting my resistances and stuff that I've got. In addition to what I'm getting from Arctic Fog, which is resistance to fire, cold, energy, and slow. And then Shark Skins give me resistance to smash, lethal, and cold. have my defense numbers showed, so let me go take a look at my... Somebody just... I thought I heard somebody go and viz. I don't know if that's a enemy pursuing. It's Jocasta. Come on, slow Casta, let's go. Sister Slowcasta here needs to follow faster. All right, once Slowcasta gets out, I'm going to go check my overall damage resistance when Ember Shield is popped. So I don't know if Mids shows those numbers or not. All right, easy. Getting badges like a beast. Let's see, damage resistance numbers. So I've got Smash is 70.9. Same with Lethal. Fire's 41. Cold is 72. I don't know if part of that's come. Well, that's come from Barrier Reef, maybe some of that. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I got too many people around me, but try to get away from some people. So let's see. Any of this coming from someone else? Shark skin, Ember. Yeah, so that was all from my pets and my own stuff. I don't know if Bodyguard shows up in those stats or not. There's a lot about Masterminds I don't freaking know. I'll be the first one to tell you. So when I play them, I'm more just a hack. Just trying to experiment, just trying to see what they can do. I mean, prior to the 50/50 showcase and then this 2020 rewind, I really didn't play them other than, once I got into, how to farm characters up to 50, I made a few just to see what they do, see what the fuss is about. They're okay. I mean, if I'm trying to build a buffing character, support character, I don't think Mastermind's my first choice. Probably my last choice. So I'm not taking them because of their secondary. And then that leaves the pets. And the pets, for the most part, I kind of just slot them the same. Usually go for damage. I know you can slot them for secondary effects and things. And maybe I should look into that because that might make them more interesting. Control, debuff, that kind of stuff. Damage procs, I don't know. Something to look at a later time. Oh, these guys, I love them. But they're going to get sleeted to death. Feel bad for this Keldian. Wrong mission to join. Come on, give me sleep. There we go. They're dead. That's devastating. And I definitely, when I do make my masterminds, I don't know if this is unorthodox or not, but I slot my attacks, my single target thingies. Because, like I was saying in the solo stuff, that's how I figure out a way to get the bodyguard triggered. I attack, stuff attacks me. My bodyguard will then trigger my mobs or my pets to attack back. And as long as you build your mastermind to be survivable, because I've tried to do the micromanagey style of play with Mastermind where you send, you can do all your little separate controls over here and come up with a whole bunch of binds, but it's just it's too gimmicky. It's too, not gimmicky, it's just too fiddly. I mean, Masterminds are a cool idea, but I don't like the implementation. I don't really have a better way of doing it other than recoding the whole way it works. Maybe having some sort of attack patterns, defense patterns you can program them with, rather than a go here, stay there command system. Don't know how that would work, but it'd be cool if you could kind of lay out a little pattern on like a kind of like a football play, and you had macros that could execute those plays. Defense pattern alpha. It was a support tune. This character does pretty well just with the shields, and then Arctic Air, gives me stealth, the slow resistance, and then you've got rebirth from your incarnates. I mean, really, I'm just playing like a blaster. I don't have as many attacks as a blaster, but got enough. So I'll always go and take those AoE attacks from your epic set. And I'll run one or two more with these guys. And we're just taking it to the enemies. I don't know if I think I have enough to make. I was trying to make my next lore pet to get it up to tier 4. This is masterminds are probably the one time you want to go for tier 4 lore pretty quickly. Just because, you're a pet-based class. Knives of Vengeance? I forgot. I had something I thought pretty ready to go. No. It was a different character I'm thinking. Yeah, I think it was when I was looking at my other mastermind I'm going to play next. I think that's who I was thinking of. I was going to try to get the tier 4 lore pet before I did that video. Don't think I'm going to be able to, though. What vet level am I? 19, yeah. So, I've got all my tier 3s unlocked. But you really can't start getting into tier 4s until you get vet level 20s, 30s. Because you stop getting the threads once you hit, I think it's vet level 11 is the last time you get the threads. And then after that, it's just Imperium merits every 3 levels. And that diminishes over time, the amount you get. Shields up. So, oh, look, it's our friends. Now, when you watch the solo video, I want you to compare it to this one, because you'll see how, in my opinion, the council have been overpowered for the average solo person out there. And I'm not really sure I'd consider myself a average player. I've played enough. I've got 70 level 50 builds that I'm showcasing. So I know what the hell I'm doing. But if you're just sort of just average person trying to take on these council nowadays, it's just insane solo. But on a team with incarnates, it just doesn't matter. They can buff them twice as much. So I'm still trying to figure out what the point of the buffing was with the revamp council. Because my instinct tells me they're trying to make it more challenging for a team, but it's not helping. These guys are folding or melting like cotton candy right now. Here, send all my pets on a grass to just kill this guy. They don't even seem to res as much when you're on a team. They just die too fast. I don't know what the deal is. Whereas solo, a boss like this who then reses, that can be like murder. Oh, one other thing I wanted to say, because I didn't mention it in the build video, is as far as, hey, why Leviathan? My idea was to kind of stack up the toxic damage, because your whips do toxic. And so I wanted to get more of that in the build. And so Leviathan, puke spray there, bile spray has toxic damage. So that was, kind of the big reason there. Wasn't anything else beyond that. Say goodbye to these guys. Do like the whips though. Cracking those whips, whipping that crack. Big circle. So toxic is probably not well frequently resisted. Don't know if that's as true now as it used to be. But the idea being that, you know, if your enemies can't or don't have the resistance to your damage, you should be able to do more. Because, for instance, the council, especially those werewolves, they got a ton of, I think, smash lethal resistance. Is part of the reason why they take such a beating. So we've had a couple of reses so far, and it hasn't made a difference. I mean, versus solo, it turns into like a AV fight. This guy on our side or something? I can't tell. I don't think so. Let's get some more pets out there. Nothing more pets can't solve. That's it. Cheesy sleazy. All right, it's 26 minutes. I think we did, what, 3, 4 missions at this point. I don't really know there's much more to talk about or showcase of the build. You know, it does what it does. It does it pretty well. It was a solid solo build. Only had a couple, you know, scares of those resin bosses. It's doing very well here on a team. I mean, the team is pretty jacked up anyway. But, you know, you're able to support as needed. You're able to just to go blast mode, which is why I like cold domination on a Mastermind. If you're going to play a Mastermind buff, I think you want to go, in my opinion, like a shielding build, just so we can kind of fire and forget and just focus on attacking, debuffing, you know, keeping your pets alive instead of, like, I just couldn't imagine an empathy Mastermind on a team. You know, you've got your 7 teammates, and then you might have, you know, 6 pets or whatever you're trying to follow. It's just too much. It's too crazy. It's not worth it, in my opinion. All right. I think I'm going to wrap it with that, unless this looks, let's see, we're down to 5 people. What's the team composition? We got 3 incarnates now. All right, you twisted my arm. I'll do one more mission just because we're down to 5 players. Well, shit, now you just invited 2 more. So I was thinking, oh, it'd be a small team. It might be worth the showcase, you know, look at it. All right, well, I'll just go ahead and run it anyway because I'm in here now. But this will be the last one. Whoa. Thought everybody was up here already. Damn, man, you killed my demon? Wasn't nice. Look where I'm going next time. I'm so confident in my survivability, I'm just going to dive in there. It helps to have, you know, tank or brute, of course. Shield up. Too much. Just too much damage here. One brute, two brutes, three brutes. Two of them are incarnates. Now I've done farming, right? So I know a single brute can handle 54 times 8 EBs, bosses, whatever. It doesn't matter. So you got a couple guys like that on the team. Better get out of there, Peacebringer friend. There we go. I'll get you some max HP for you. I don't know where my pets are, but hopefully they're close. See, there's an instance where, you know, kind of being a mastermind who's relying completely on pets would suck. You got like a lone target, you got to quick select it and then send a pet, you know, which pet, all pets. So that whole micromanagey style of masterminds, which is I think was the design intention, but the controls are terrible for it. That's why it just doesn't work for me. So I think you're either going, you know, bodyguard constantly or just aggressive mode. But I don't necessarily think that the average mastermind has enough survivability to go just straight aggressive mode. And you can do it, but it's obviously a bit riskier. Especially if you have your own heals, it would be more doable. It's like rounding up this whole damn room. I think people just did. Alright, that's for TPing people. Buff up. Max buff. I wish Benumb was a bit more like a poison debuff where you could get some splash. Because it's hard to really use it to target a single hard foe. Alright, go aggressive, guys, to start trashing stuff. Alright, done. More badges. Look at all these badges I'm getting. It's crazy. Alright, there you go. I'm wrapping it with that. I think I've shown what this build can do, what it's useful at, some tactical discussions. Mainly, it's a mid-range kind of hang-back build. You can get in there, but it's really not much point to go into melee. You don't have any damaging auras or debuffing aura with it. So, only reason I'm really going into melee is because I want my pets aggroed. Other than that, I can just hang back. You can't hang back too far because you don't have good long-range attacks. Unless you're going to be sitting there and telling your pets to attack for you. That's when you can be a little more micromanagey. All right. Hopefully some good stuff there for you. Something educational, interesting. And like, subscribe, all that fun stuff if you're into the videos and want to see some more. I got one more Mastermind to do next, and then I'm going to move on to Sentinels. And then tanks. And then after that, it's going to be my 2 players' choice, I guess we'll call it. All right. Catch you in the next video. Peace out.